Ear infections aren't normal. They're not a normal part of growing up, all right? When we start to see a lot of ear infections, you need to think that kid has got a fungal overgrowth. Their ear canal is actually made up of the bones of the skull, and as they join together, they're like interlocking bones, and they move, especially to circulate cerebral spinal fluid. But in the ear canal, that opening is pretty small, and if they get stuck, sometimes you can't drain properly, and that's when we start to get ear infections. So one of the most powerful tools for an ear infection is getting the ear adjusted by a chiropractor. But also you can take a clove of garlic, crush it in olive oil, let it sit for 30 seconds, take the garlic out, put 2-3 drops, best antibacterial there is. And then also working on the cranial bones, having someone actually like open up those cranial bones and making sure that they're well adjusted. Those are super, super powerful, but they also tend to have a fungal issue as well. I keep talking about this. This is things like candida, and this is, we have 1,000 different funguses that can overgrow. And that happens when our immune system gets low because it can inhibit fungal growth easily. It's not a big deal, but sometimes there's environmental mold exposures, as well as, things that we tend to be low in. If we're not outside getting sunshine every day in the summer, our vitamin D is usually low, and you need it without sunscreen. So that's a whole different conversation, but I just wanted to talk to you briefly about ear infections and how those are not normal. You don't have to put these kids on antibiotics if you can catch it early. You don't need tubes if you can catch it early, and you can completely reverse these things and get rid of them. So hopefully that will help you and your young one, because usually it's kids, and get rid of those because those aren't normal.